Vishal is the perfect client to explain shades on. And the reason being is that, as you can see, the way it's growing out, it's lighter in shades here than it is here. His hair is full here, light here, full back here, and light here. And when you get better at fading, it's not a plug and play system. It's just really understanding shades. That's all cutting hair is. It all comes down to the pressure and angle that you put on your blades. We're gonna go really in depth into that, and I guarantee you, you're gonna understand hair better. And once you understand it, your skills are gonna get better. Simple as that. So as I'm analyzing his hair, I wanna look at it from the front, right? This shape right here is what's gonna make his haircut look good. See how it's kind of like going outside, going like this? Same thing over here, it's going outside, it's going like this, right? The way we create this shape is by having our clipper outside like this. You see how this angle is going out, right? That's why I always tell people, whenever you dig in, you're creating this angle, you're going inside, you're going like this. And that makes no sense. Yes, there's gonna be some specific scenarios where you're able to dig in a little bit, but just for the sake of having a beginner mindset and getting better at fading, we're gonna keep our blade like this, right? Just imagine this shape. You can see that last time I cut his hair perfectly because you can see the shape over here and you can see the shape right here as well. With that shape, obviously the head is a rounded surface, right? It goes like this. So we know we're gonna have a little bit of bulk around the ridge area, where a lot of barbers would go in here or go straight up. We, in the JOSCUTS channel, we don't do that because we understand that we're going outside. So we're gonna leave a little bit of bulk here. Because he hasn't came in about like 3 weeks to 4 weeks, I just want to debulk. And I'm not going to comb his hair frontwards. His hair is going to go backwards. On top of that, look, his hair naturally just wants to go backwards. The shape that we're going to do is like a slight rainbow shape. And as we get close to the occipital bone, guess what? We're going outside like this. The only reason why I go like this at the beginning, it looks like I'm digging in at the beginning, is so that the hair can feed into the guard. Since the guard is a longer guard, because this is a 3 guard, I want the hair to feed into the guard, right? And then once it feeds in, I'm gonna go up and scoop out. That's why you see me going like this. I know some of you are probably thinking, bro, you just told us not to dig in, and I see you digging into Vishal's hair. I'm not digging in. As you can see right here, my hair's like this. My clippers outside, and as we get down to the occipital bone, we always want to go out the same angle back here. A lot of barbers, the mistake they do is they put the 3 guard all the way up here, so they'll go in a straight line with a 3 guard at the ridge area, and it just does not give the haircut a good shape. His occipital bone is here. Some bones are down here, some bones are up here. Everyone has a different bone, but it's pretty obvious to tell where the bone is because you can feel the head being rounded at that spot. I'm gonna go really in depth on this side, but it's the same thing on the other side. Our 3 guard is right here. This is gonna be our thinning shears, so we can blend it to the top, right? So I gotta give myself at least 2 fingers worth of space to blend. So that means my 0 line has to be somewhere here. So if Vishal asks me for a mid fade or a low fade, I would start right here and I would cut through the ear. Why am I cutting through the ear, Jose? That doesn't look like a fade, that looks like a taper. I understand that, but I know that I gotta give myself enough room to blend here. And if I do my 0 line all the way up here, and my end is right here, look at that little space that I have to blend. I'm not gonna give him a good blend right there. And over here, I'm gonna have 3 fingers worth of room. The blend is not gonna look good. If he wanted a low fade, we would do here. He doesn't want a low fade, so we're gonna go a little bit higher. We're gonna literally graze the hell out of this ear right here. And that's what his mid fade is going to look like. You're gonna see the result once you see the actual haircut, but this is literally a mid fade. Well, technically it's a mid drop fade. As I get close to the 0 line, I'm gonna flick out. Same thing, look, flick out, flick out, flick out. The whole point of this is just to not create a hard line, okay? Now I wanna stress the fact that our blending space should be pretty similar all the way around. We have about 2 fingers worth of blending space here, 2 fingers worth of blending space here, 2 fingers worth of blending space here, and maybe 2.5 fingers worth of blending space in the back. And in the back, I know a lot of you probably struggle to blend more in the back. I guarantee you it's fine to give yourself a tiny bit more room to blend in the back. Okay, now with my lever all the way open, I'm gonna go about a pinky's worth. When I say a pinky, I just basically mean your pinky is thinner than your middle finger. It should be a pretty big size guideline, but not as big as, let's say, your ring finger or your middle finger or your pointer finger. That's all I'm trying to say. Lever open means the cutting blade is away from the stationary blade. So this cutting blade is what's gonna cut. This blade is just a guide blade or a stationary blade, okay? So when you close the clipper, the cutting blade gets closer to the stationary blade, and when you open it, it goes away from the stationary blade. So this is all the way open. And that's the only guideline we're gonna make right now. Our 1.5 guard, we're gonna make about the same size guideline as this, but we're not really trying to make a guideline. We're trying to blend into the 3 guard that we have. So right here is when we're gonna start creating that shape, which is like the outside shape, right? And it's very light pressure, okay? Look at the difference. Right here, I'm doing very light pressure. Because if I do very light pressure, this side, remember how this side was lighter naturally? This side is lighter than this. Right here, it's more dense. He has more hair. So if I do very light pressure right here and very light pressure right here, it's not going to look the same. You see how this looks lighter, right? That's why pressure is important, right? We apply a little bit more pressure here because we want it to be a little bit lighter. We want it to be the same shade. So over here, I'm applying a little more pressure. You can see his head going back and forth a little bit because I need the hairs, but I'm not digging in. Over here, I'm gonna safely and softly guide along his head so that we can get the same shade here and the same shade here. It's very important to not neglect this part. I see a lot of people go here and they stop right here, but you gotta go all the way through. You have to cut all of these hairs. So now we have a very subtle guideline right there. And we only have 3 guidelines. So we have our 0 guideline, we have our half guideline, and our 1.5 guideline. It's about the same length. You see that? Pinky width, pinky width. The best tool that's gonna help you get light, medium, and dark gray tones is your thinning shears, and I'll show you why. We're gonna comb his hair safely backwards. I like to get my personal brand comb because it has thicker teeth and smaller teeth, and I'm gonna go with my thicker side, and I'm just gonna grab these hairs and I'm gonna control the tone basically with how many snips I gave it. So if I give it more snips, that means I want to really lighten up the tone. If I give it 1 or 2 snips, then I want to keep it darker. And you'll see that over here, I'll probably give it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then over here, I'll give it like 1, 2. Why? Because this is already light and this is darker. So this side is going to get a little less attention than this side because I need to match this lightness over here. Now, all I'm gonna do is just to make sure that process went well, I'm just gonna go back with my 1.5 guard and the lever open, just to make sure that it truly blends in smooth. And we're gonna repeat the same thing. Over here, I'm doing very light pressure. You can see his head's really not moving. I'm gliding my hair on it. I'm gliding my clipper on it. You're gonna see his hair start going back and front. His skin starts moving back and front because I'm putting more pressure on it. Why am I putting more pressure? Because I gotta lighten this side to this side. This is the most important guard. It's the half guard, okay? If I go very light pressure over here, this is very light pressure, okay? And his hair naturally grows backwards, so I want to cut against the grain. So you're gonna see me tilting my clipper a little bit. And very light pressure here. And as you can see, it naturally looks darker here than here. So when I come back over here, I'm just gonna put a little bit more pressure. I had it all the way open. Now I'm gonna close it all the way, open it 1 notch, and then I'm gonna use my corners. I'm gonna go the other way because I just want to go very lightly on it. And all I'm really looking for is just different shades and tones that I gotta fix. That's all I'm looking for. So right here it looks a little darker, right here it looks a little darker, and right here it looks a little darker. So that's all I'm looking for. And that's where a lot of barbers, especially new barbers, get lost in the sauce, where they like, oh, I followed the system, but my face still doesn't look good. It's because fading is literally just understanding shapes and shades. Once you understand shades, you're gonna get really good at blending. Once you understand shapes, you're gonna get really good at cutting hair. This all the way close. Show you how I'm gonna turn this regular fade into like a wow, this is a crazy good fade. How the fuck did this guy do that? So first step is we're gonna get our clipper all the way close and we're gonna get rid of this line right here. And now we're gonna open it 2 notches, 1, 2, and we're gonna do the same thing. I wanna cut against the grain, so you're gonna see me tilting my clipper. When you tilt your clipper, it's important you use the bottom blade. So if I'm tilting it this way, this is the bottom blade or the bottom corner. And if I'm tilting it this way, this is the bottom corner. Now I'm going to close it a little bit more because this line isn't going away. If I see I'm going over a spot too many times and I don't visually see a difference, I don't hear a difference, then I'm just going to close the lever and keep it pushing. Boom, 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 boom. This is with the lever all the way open right here. This is all the way open. And we're just going over our fade. Now I'm gonna close it 1 notch. Now I'm gonna open it. And this is just called a lever play. I'm playing with my lever, right? Closing it and opening it as I see fit. Why do I need to close it? Why do I need to open it? It's all shades. If it's too dark here, then guess what? I gotta lighten it up. So instead of going with my lever open, I'm gonna close it 1 or 2. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna hit a little bit, lighten it up so that it transitions from light to dark, right? And as you can see the drop in the back because it gets darker here, right? It's not a straight line. You can genuinely see this right here. This part, for Vishal's hair specifically, always looks stupid dark. And the reason being is that this area is just naturally light for him. So I have to put extra work in this area than I do in all the other area. I like to line Vishal up, so I'm gonna give him a nice little line up. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but we only used each guard 1 time. We didn't go back and forth. We didn't do 1 guard, 1.5, 1 guard, 1.5, 1 guard, 1.5. We didn't do that. We used our guards 1 time, and that's it. The only guard we used twice is the 1.5. I'm a lie, but we used it very, very, very quickly. I'm just gonna focus on this area because it looks way too dark over here. So what do we need to do? We just need to lighten it up. I'm gonna bring a 2 guard in because I already put a 3 guard and it didn't bring it down in shade as much as I wanted it to. So now I'm gonna use a 2 guard in the same spot where I used my 3 guard. I'm flicking out as I go up. Now I'm gonna grab my 1.5 guard and I'm gonna close the lever a little bit, halfway, and I'm gonna use my bottom corner. And I just wanna make sure this is blending properly, all of this right here. And I can hear the hair cutting. As I pass my clipper once or twice, I can visually see that area getting lighter, so I know I'm doing a good job. I'm gonna really comb this hair down so I can see where the weight is. And I can see there's a lot of weight right here. So the way I like taking the weight off is I like to bring a flat comb into the party. So we go here and I tilt it outwards, right? And wherever I stop seeing hair, that's where I stop and I cut all of that weight. This, I know it's already blended. So I grab my comb and whenever I stop seeing hair right there, like right there, boom, that's where I stop and I create a straight line and I take all that weight off. If you see hair that is not supposed to be there, it has to be cut. So don't be scared to cut it. Now, we're gonna bring back our thinning shears back into play. And we're just gonna go over this area right here. That's it. So, I'm gonna go very lightly. I'm gonna use my finer teeth to pick up these hairs. Give it a couple snips. Cool, and that's how you do a drop fade. Simple as that. Now the icing on the cake is the shaver. So as I get close to that zero line, I'm gonna flick out, right? I like to use one shaver. Make sure I get all these hairs. These back hairs I usually leave till the end. Doing a good haircut is literally just about shades. So how do you make a haircut better? You can use a pencil to, like, for example, if I use this pencil to mark him down right here, right? Like this, it's gonna make his bottom part lighter. If I use the same pencil to give him a line right here, it's gonna make his line pop out. If I wanted to do the top of his hair and make it darker, I use enhancements to darken up this area of his head. We made this darker, and now we made this lighter. The fade is gonna pop out more. So if I get my brush and I start blending this line out into his skin, blending that I guess you can say contour into his skin, mixed it with the enhancements on top, which are super dark. Look at how clean that fade looks now. And the fade is done. Look at that fucking blend. Now you guys see that even though when he first came in, this was lighter than this, everything is the same shade. We put a little bit of pressure here and more pressure here so that we can match the tones. And if you look at the fade, it's literally just like a rainbow, right? It goes from white to light gray to medium gray to dark gray to black.